Is Mardu one of the best decks you can be playing in Standard currently? I hope to answer that in today's video for you guys. Today we're looking at this Mardu mid-range deck, and normally our decks are inspired by a singular card that we're trying to work our way towards a very big top end or some sort of janky win con. But today the inspiration of this deck was the Archangel of Wrath, a very well-rounded card that is a 3/4 body. It has lifelink, but it's also dealing damage if it gets kicked upon entry on the battlefield, which is really nice. And we built this nice little mid-range shell around this deck, kind of like an Esper mid-range deck. We have a lot of answers for a lot of threats, but at the same time we're working down a really nice tempo-y beatdown plan. We've got cards that are very versatile. We've got a combination between like the Blood Tithe Harvester, the Fable of the Mirror Breaker, where you can copy the Blood Tithe Harvester, you know, use its extra body to sacrifice it, killing things on the battlefield, keeping the attacks coming through. We've also got some great card advantage, things like Gix and the Evolved Sleeper, some tricky card advantage that we can get over time or by dealing damage. We also have some graveyard hate. We run the Graveyard Trespasser, which turned out to be a very important card currently in the meta with a lot of reanimation going on. We've also got some, you know, flex cards, things like the Wandering Emperor, the Valorous Stance, things that can remove things off the battlefield, but also, you know, continuously progress our threats, protecting our threats, things like that. Again, the deck very well rounded, had a ton of success here today in today's video. We did just reach diamond, so I wanted to make sure we kept that competitive ball rolling essentially, because we got there pretty quickly. And I'm really excited to test this one out for you guys and see how good it can be. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. We're going to break the deck down in full at the end, so stick around for that. In the meantime, in the links below, there's a full deck list. And if you guys enjoy content just like this, if you wouldn't mind giving the video a like, subscribe, all that good stuff helps out an absolute ton, and I would greatly appreciate it. But with that being said, guys, enjoy today's video. We'll see you guys back here at the end. Peace. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another video. Today is going to be very exciting because we're getting back to some Mardu, and it's been a while since we've been in the colors of Mardu, which is strange because, you know, being the king of the Mardu mob, you know, you gotta, you know, run Mardu every now and again. So hopefully today should be really exciting because we got this really cool mid-range deck. It's revolving around the Archangel of Wrath, a very powerful Mardu spell, one of the best out there right now. And we decided today we're just going to put together this really solid, you know, mid-range deck that has answers for everything. We've got, you know, we've got the grind of card advantage, we've got life gain, we've got removal. We kind of do it all in this build, so should be pretty exciting today. Kicking things off though with the Evolved Sleeper, going for the little bit of a beatdown start off here with this thing. Gala Greeters, okay. Gala Greeters. Now, do we want to go for the Blood Tithe Harvester, or do we want to go with the Evolved Sleepers plus here? I guess we attack and find out, right? Sorry about the yawn there. I'm a little tired. All right, so then in that case, we're going to go ahead and go with this. We're going to eat 2 more damage. I'm aware that we're eating a lot of damage here early on. It's not that great, but we have plenty of life gain mechanics along the way. Angel Fire Ignition, Archangel of Wrath, Wandering Emperor. These are all tools that we have to gain us some life down the road. They get a treasure, so they're ramping up to something pretty heavy here pretty quickly. And yeah, I think we go with this here, which again, another pain land doesn't feel great, but Mardu doesn't exactly offer great options for lands as far as not getting too many pain lands going, because there's no triumphs for Mardu, which is unfortunate. All right, taking some more damage again. But we do have the opponent down to 12, so they are going to need to consider to either removing our things off the battlefield or making some blocks here pretty soon. So the investment's there, and I think we're going to be all right, especially because an Archangel of Wrath again can come down and save us late game by gaining us a just a big bulk of life and also removing some of their threats. Not to mention Gix's command gets a lot better if my creatures are above that 2 power threshold. That's a card. It's a very good card. It gives everything vigilance, which stops the Wandering Emperor's ability. You hate to see that. Gala Greeter's going to be able to attack in here pretty freely too with its vigilance. Okay. Okay. Let's get this in there and just hold up some blocks here. That might be the move. Just hold up some blocks. Hopefully we can buy us enough time to get this Gix's command down and you know, get all their creatures with 2 power out of the way and then blow up the Jadar all in one move. That's fine. That's totally fine. As long as they're not progressing their board state any further for the time being for this attack, we'll be all right. All right, cool. We should be fine then. Wonder if they attack though into us when we have a Death Toucher on the field. They do. And they seem hesitant about it, and I would be too if I were them, because again, I have a Death Touch, so I am curious to see what sort of answer they might have to this. Doesn't appear that they have any. Just wanting to make that trade, which is interesting, because we have the ability to give first strike right now. All right, we might be in a really good spot actually, guys. Might be in a really good spot here. They just lost their biggest win con. Can't believe they really sent that through there without killing the Evolved Sleeper some way, somehow. Okay, so they have another one. That makes sense. Still though, feeling very good. Especially Gix's command following this up is going to be really nice. And their Gala Greeters gets just big enough to get out of range. That's great. All right, let's we do have this though that can kill it later, but for right now the Gix's command is gonna have to do the trick. Destroy all creatures with power 2 or less, and then also make them sacrifice their biggest creature. We auto pay again, taking some damage, and they're only left here now with the Gala Greeters. And we send in our 4/4, and next turn we can go ahead and hit him with the Archangel of Wrath, looking to kill both the Gala Greeters and the 1/1 that they're going to get off of the wedding announcement. Hopefully Gala Greeters doesn't take that 1/1 counter though. I can't imagine they will. They'll probably look to gain life, to be honest, but you never know. Rabble rousing. Okay. So are they planning on running the Gala Greeters right into our board to get another 1/1? That would be kind of silly, right? I guess, well, if they get the 1/1 counter, it's not that silly. All right. Fair enough. And we missed a land drop. That's a bummer. That's a bummer because of this, right? So it's like, I think I want to go ahead and draw some cards here. I think I want to draw some cards and, you know, create more pain for myself. All right, so we've only got 1 on here, Death Touch counter. So we've already done level 2. All right, send them both in. Look to get those cards. They chump block though. No cards for us. Totally fine. I will take that all day as long as their board is clear, which is, you know, the main source of their power is going wide, and the only way they can go really wide here is if they are able to have more creatures generate more creatures off the rabble rousing. So we're looking pretty good. Again, still just looking for that 1 land here. Get the Wrath in here, and I was just telling myself too, you might not want to overcommit with the Evolved Sleeper because they might have a sweeper, but then I'm like, why would they have a sweeper when they're trying to go wide? I always wonder that. I always wonder why the opponents want to sweep up a board state when they're trying to go wide. Doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me, but I guess if you've got a lot of engine pieces that, you know, stick to the board still and you're able to refuel the board after you sweep, it does kind of make sense, but I don't know. Not something I would normally do, if I'm being honest. And we're definitely going to keep plussing the Archangel Wrath so we can gain our life back. King Darien. All right, we're good. Oh, wow. They're going to be trying to do a meld, a titanium meld. I didn't see that coming. Hello. I suppose I could have held on to that land there and just went with the blood token to cycle it away and try to draw another card, but I really hope the opponent's not salty. Okay, good. I was gonna say, I hope they're not salty and roping us. That would be a horrible way to start today's video. All right, we get in there for 5, gain that 5 life. We get the Trespasser in, which is gonna exile hopefully a creature here and gaining us another life. There we go. They're down to 2, and we're feeling good. We're feeling good. We got a good block for the Wandering Emperor if it gets crazy, but There's almost nothing here that can save them, to be honest. They're going to need to gain life, and nothing here that they can do. All right, looks like they're going to try to trigger this land to create a 2/2 green bear token. No, not enough. Not enough. No blocks. We eat the damage. We're going to go ahead and exile that thing with the Wandering Emperor and just get through with our attack and win the game. And that's game. GG's. All right. We were going to exile there, attack through, exile another creature out of their graveyard, and it should have been more than overkill there. Very fun and very good way to kick things off. Let's go. Yeah, I kind of knew today's deck was going to be very powerful. I'm gonna have a feeling that we might go undefeated today. This thing is a powerhouse. It just has so many good answers, man. I'm telling you, it's got everything. The card advantage, the removal, the life gain. It's just all there, man. It really is. We get a pretty solid keep here too with the Harvester into the Fable. Harvester into Fable. It looks like mono black. Okay. Again, the only downside to this deck that I've been noticing is the fact that we've been having to take so much damage through our lands, but I did have less power. I did have less pain lands put into the deck at first, and we were having a ton of mana issues as far as drawing the right colors when we needed them. So by me adding in more pain lands, it definitely helped our curve out a little bit more, and I don't think it's really hurt us too bad because of the fact that we're gaining all the life that we get with it. So Liliana of the Veil, that's a problem. I can't lie, that's a problem because of the minus. But we do look like we're going to get the Fable the Mirror Breaker off next turn without having it removed that easily. So, of course, they could have another means to removing it, though. Let's see. We take another damage, though. The red source really kind of killing us at the moment. Now, if they make us discard, we've got plenty of things to discard here. We got plenty of lands that we don't necessarily need or want. And by them discarding, it gives us good, you know, tools to hit with the Graveyard Trespasser. Not to mention that the underdog, if it goes to the graveyard, is going to be a good option. All right, the Sleeper going immediately to a 3/3 with Death Touch, I would imagine. Never mind. They did have the removal. Looks like they may not want to plus on the Liliana here. They may want to keep the extra cards. We'll see. Yeah, they don't. Wow. Let's go here and here. See what we find. Wandering Emperor is actually super clutch. Actually super clutch. All right, we're going to go ahead and minus on the Wandering Emperor here. Obviously taking out maybe the Tenacious Underdog so it can't keep coming back. But we don't necessarily have to choose the underdog. If we end up killing it later, again, the Trespassers are a great answer for it. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. Liliana looking like it might actually plus now. Okay. Yeah, the Sleeper probably going to be our target, if I'm being honest, for the Emperor here, because it's just too much of a threat being able to draw them cards all the time. Wish we could find our own Sleeper. That'd be great. Take you out.
I am almost sad to see you go.
Archangel's really nice too, because we're able to, you know, let our creatures be picked off by things like Go for the Throat, and then we get them back into our hand, which is so nice. All right, a cut down is not bad at all, because we can cut this down, right? And then we can immediately play the Graveyard Trespasser, and we take it out. And we plus the Trespasser. I think that's a very good turn for us there. And if they want to deal with the Trespasser, they're going to have to discard more cards from hand. So Liliana's still sitting on a 1, not wanting to discard right now. Love that. Infernal Grasp on the Reflection is a bummer. I'm going to be honest. That is a bummer, but it's all good. Another Liliana. Okay, clean way to answer though the graveyard trespasser problem. So that's gonna be gone. They're down to 1 card in hand though, so I feel like I'm definitely winning the value train here.
Off you go.
Ooh, a sleeper. Don't mind if I do. Okay, let's get that down. And that down. Liliana can go, I suppose. And let's pump this up. And let's go ahead and create a body here. All right, looking solid, man. The board state just got extremely wide, extremely fast, and we've now got a means to draw cards on the field too with this evolved sleeper. Morbid Opportunist. Ooh, that's a problem, actually. That's also a problem.
I'm tired of your secrets.
All right, I can kick this and blow this up. Let's see how they want to deal with this. Let's see how you guys want to do this. All right, they're going to definitely be drawing cards this turn because something's dying whether or not they block or not. Okay.
Isn't how things were supposed to go.
And let's kick this one time. And we'll be seeing you, which does give them, like I said, another card here. But overall, I think I'll give them the card. And I'm more than happy with the board state we've created here. I'm pretty sure that we're going to outvalue any 2 cards they could possibly draw here. Go for the throat. Okay, it does draw them another card. Yikes. Okay. Okay. And Infernal Grasp on my draw source. Yikes. They should have saved that, though, to get another card on my turn, but they choose not to. Love that, but I need 1 more land in order to kill this, so that's going to be a bit of an issue. Let's just get these both in here and look to hit them for some extra damage on the exiling. And let's see if they make a block. I doubt it. Yeah, I didn't think so. And they're down to 4. All right, this should be an easy cleanup here, I would imagine, but you never know. It could be like an Infernal Grasp off the top. That would be a bummer, but it's nothing good. Must have been another land or something like that. Easy win, man. Let's go. Mono black, not able to outvalue us in the grind game. Love it. Absolutely destroying the ladder currently. I mean, those were really good games. I didn't really feel threatened at any point. There's a lot of games in Magic where you feel like, okay, this can go either way. We really got to navigate these treacherous waters, but those games felt pretty clean beginning to end. I just, you know, kept drawing some great cards and getting back into the game pretty easily. I love the Graveyard Trespasser, by the way. It was a card that was really hot in the meta for a little while, and it stopped showing up as much. But now that we're back into this new meta here with Brothers War, we're seeing a lot of like reanimation stuff, especially with artifacts. And I've noticed that it's been pretty helpful. All right, don't love this hand. I'm going to be completely honest. Having an AO and a Warden both in hand here and not being able to get the sleeper down turn 1 is tough, but it's at least doable. It's at least doable. Let's see what they do with the mirror colors here. Might be throwing a 3rd color down or not. Okay. Let's get this in here for 1. We pay. Getting pretty used to paying the life total here. And a cut down. Siphon Insight. Interesting. Okay. So they're going to steal something from my deck here. And that was pretty fast and snappy how they stole that. So you hate to see it. All right, let's go level 2. Get in for 3. Look to draw cards next turn. I mean, as far as AO and Warden go, you don't want them in your opening hand. But man, are they some powerful things you can play. That's for sure. All right, I would like to hit this with a cut down before they evolve it, but even if they evolve it, it's not enough to stop the cut down. So yeah, let's go ahead and cut it down. There's also the chance that I could have just attacked and they might have blocked, but I don't know. Nothing from the opponent. Gonna go ahead and, you know, eat some more damage to draw another card. And Fading Hope. Okay, well, I'm still drawing the card. It's on the stack, so the card draw does happen. And we get a Valorous Stance, which is good to protect my bigger creatures that we are going to inevitably be playing here. Now, the question is, do we want to get countered? Do we want to get countered? And I say no, so we're going to go ahead and play out the sleeper here. Yep, see, I told you it was a counter. Told you it was a counter. I had a feeling. My gut was telling me. They don't like this card. They should have saved it for one of these two, but they had no idea, obviously, what... well, I could save it. I may not have another option really to use this for, if I'm being honest. Let's go ahead and give it indestructibility. They clearly don't want me drawing cards, so let's give it the indestructibility, and let's go ahead and get the Warden down, seeing they don't like us drawing cards, and they're tapped out. Seeing they don't want us to have cards, we're going to go ahead and get some cards. All right, our hand looks phenomenal now. Now that we've got the mana to play with, we've got a very phenomenal looking hand here. Gonna go with the Angel Fire Ignition because it gets us some counters on this, which is ultimately going to allow us to draw us cards. Very nice. And I like the Graveyard Trespasser here, obvious reasons. Obviously hitting the Insight. And the opponent being Esper Control. Oh, they do not like that. Wow. Yeah, they were like, when is this guy going to stop getting value here? But it doesn't stop. That's the key, man. It doesn't stop. The card advantage, the exiling of the graveyard, it's just all going to keep coming, man. GG's. GG. This is just too good. This is too good, my guy. Like, this is so much fun. I love when I play just really good decks. And this is just one of those decks that feels really good. Like, I could probably take this if I run it all day, get to Mythic pretty easily, and then, you know, who knows? Maybe get a number, and who knows, man? Just feels solid. Blood Tithe Harvester on 2. I mean, this is good enough. It's not my most ideal hand, obviously, but it's good enough. Opponent gaining life already with some Selesnya lands. I would imagine some sort of Voice of the Blessed type deck here. Crowbar. Crowbar. Blood Tithe Harvester, let's go. That Crowbar is actually a really busted card, man. It pumps up creatures, but obviously creating a creature and attaching it right away too is pretty silly. And they can sack it at any point to destroy a artifact or enchantment card. Something to keep in mind. Do we attack in and maybe give indestructibility to this? Man, that would seem like a bit of a waste if I'm being honest. I'm going to go ahead and just play out the Graveyard Trespasser and say go. That way we have something we can attack in with next turn. And the Blood Tithe Harvester, just kind of kick it, hang out a little bit. Their 2/2's doing a really good job of keeping me away from attacking in here because there's no value in us, you know, destroying their 2/2 token. Like, they're just going to replace it eventually down the line, so... Sure, a 2/4 that does what exactly? It pumps up the team. Other creatures or other citizens you control get 1/0. Attacks create a citizen. Okay, got it. That's a pretty cool card, I can't lie. Don't see that everywhere. We're definitely going to kill it though. It's a perfect target for our Valorous Stance. And we get in for the 3 and we exile it. Love it. And then next turn we have double white so we can actually cast... oh no, we can't. I'm sorry. We're one short of the Warden. We can get an Angel of Wrath though, and then shoot down the 2/2. That'd be great. Nice. Or we could just go with the Gix's Command. That would be solid too. This says whenever another creature enters the battlefield under your control, scry 1. If this is the second time the ability is resolved, draw a card instead. Got it. So they scry, then they draw. All right, well, they're really not going to like our next play here, that's for sure. They are not going to like this. Okay, that's not bad. I mean, it gets him up to a 3-2, which means it avoids its ability to die. And then they still, though, lose the other two. And I can still attack in pretty good here with the Harvester. Yeah, we'll wait to do the Wrath on this next turn. I don't want to lose the Trespasser just yet. But that was good, man. It was a good play on their part, being able to pump that up, you know, create another body. But the extra body just didn't exactly do anything for them for the time. Enchant creature. Enchant creature can't attack or block. If they pay 7, they can hold ransom, controller, sacrifice. It draws a card. Okay. All right, here we go. The best card in our deck is about to hit the battlefield and probably really upset them, I would imagine. All right, see ya and see ya. And we're up to 28 and we're dealing another 3-4 damage. There's the scoop. Yeah, it was a matter of time. I really appreciate what their deck was trying to do. I love that they were like a citizen tribal deck. That was pretty cool. But yeah, we were just, I mean, we had every answer. Honestly, man, this feels like the best deck. I don't want to like make wild claims like that, but man, it just feels so good. It really does. And I knew it would. I've been playing against other people on the ladder when they run these Mardu Angel decks, and they felt really great. They really have. But man, it just feels like Marty's in a really solid spot right now. Just a solid spot. I hope you guys are enjoying today's video, by the way, man. That's the most important thing. I hope you guys can take this deck, you know, make your tweaks to it and, you know, grind the ladder and get some W's, man. Opening hand is nice. I got the Evolved Sleeper into Blood Tithe Harvester. The mana is slow, though. We got to consider that. And we've also got to consider the fact that we are missing a 3rd land drop, but I'm hoping that it shouldn't matter too much. We'll see. We will see. But yeah, the curve's looking nice right now. Mana curve's looking nice. I'm actually going to just eat this up real quick because it is a problem. It's going to get bigger over time when they attack. We don't want to see that on the field too long. Dang it. We don't hit a 3rd land drop. That's a bummer. Okay. I'm going to go Blood Tithe Harvester because I can use the blood token as a way to get something to the graveyard and hopefully go find a land potentially. We'll see. Yeah, because I figured Cut Down was there. Some sort of removal spell was going to be there. That's why I didn't want to go the Sleeper. I think the Sleeper is something I want to protect and hold on to. So that's annoying, but I do have the answer. Dang it. All right, we're doing this all with 2 lands, I guess. We're going to have to try to do this whole game with 2 lands. Let's go. I've never felt actually this confident, though, with only 2 lands so far. That's a problem, though. That is indeed a problem. I can trade with it, though, at this our graveyard Trespasser if, of course, we hit a land. Did not, in fact, hit a land. These are all such great cards, man. I guess we drop 1 Sleeper because we have another one. So let's drop 1 Sleeper and still don't find a land. Yikes. Well, if we're going to lose, it's going to be to land problems, huh? Oh, no. Not like this, guys. Not like this. Gonna eat some damage here for sure. Let's hope the opponent doesn't find like a Invoke Despair. That would be a little unfair. A little unfair to hit all their land drops and then refuel with an Invoke Despair while we're sitting here on 2 lands. Play nice, man. Play nice. I am half tempted, though, to take even more damage by playing out like a Fable next turn to ensure not only that we hit a land, but we also get treasures to get into that, you know, 5-6 drop slot. Mishra's Foundry. Okay. Going hard in the paint here. If they activate their next Foundry, that's going to be a bit of a mistake. Okay, good. I was going to say they don't have the proper mana for that, so. Okay. Taking a lot of damage. Comes down to this next one, man. Come on, give me a land. Well, there's nothing we could have done, guys. Unfortunate. Just nothing we could have done. What a bummer. What a bummer, man. This thing is so good. I did not want to drop a game today. That one hurt. Well, that was a hard L, but you know what? We'll take it. It is what it is. It was bound to happen. Mana problems always got to be, you know, creeping their way into our games. It's all good. It's all good. What do we got for the opening hand here? Okay, you're tempting me again. Man, this could be so good if we just get a land. All right, famous last words. Here we go. Here we go. Let's all pray to the magic gods together on this one, guys. Let's go ahead and attack. Opponent does not block clearly, and we go ahead and kick this up a notch. Just one more land. I mean, we have ways to fix all of our mana problems if we just get one single land. We should be able to find all the rest of them with things like the Fable. So, all right, if we're gonna get anything, I guess the cut down is a good secondary option here. All right, the opponent eats it. That's fine. And then hopefully they commit maybe to the Kami. No, they don't. Okay. All right, I'm gonna kill the Kami. I know it can come back, which is really what, you know, that's what's making my decision so tough here, is like, which one do I take out? But man, I think the Kami obviously being closer to that 7 power, potentially, you know, triggering the fight rigging is not good. So, all right, well, no attacks. We'll end our turn. We'll look to maybe make a block here against the visitor with our Death Touch, and see if we can get rid of this altogether. Enchanted creature gets 1/1 for each forest you control. Oh, geez. Well, that takes care of that. There's the fight rigging. Okay. Yikes. All right, no fear of the Death Touch. I love that. All right, we might be able to get out of this if we can, again, find that land. We'll see. There it is. Okay, hold on now. Hold on now, ladies and gentlemen. Hold on now. We might be in this. You're saying there's a chance. Defiler, that's tough to come back from, I'm not gonna lie. All right, no blocks. Ooh, okay, I like that. I guess we drop this and this. They're just a bit too slow for what we're trying to do. Still no land. Nice, love it. Absolutely love it. Okay, so we attack in here, get the treasure because we need the 4th land. We'll then Wandering Emperor as the instant speed play for us, and exile either probably the Defiler, I would imagine, or we can just deal with it now so they don't get the 1/1 counters, but it's a little too late now for that. So I guess we give up the 1/1 counters here. And the fight rigging goes off, giving that to 7. They attack. We send in the Wandering Emperor. We gain our 2. We are going to take 7 though, so that puts us exactly at 2. All right. Now we've got to hit him with the Valorant Stance next turn. We have a blocker for Kami. All right, there's some things we can do here. There's some stuff we can do. All right. Let's go here. Attack in, and I think we're gonna go ahead and pull the trigger on like a Gix's Command here, blowing up their Kami and then taking out their Oddity. This is quite the nail biter, I'm not gonna lie. I hate this though because it is going to kill my Kiki Jiki, which is obviously a very, very valuable card. But I think it's worth it. I think it's worth it to clear up the board here, get rid of their Oddity. We're left with a creature and a Wandering Emperor. There shouldn't be anything with haste. Well, actually Oddity, you know, actually shuts that theory down. I was gonna say nothing with haste here, but Oddity does exist. All right, looks like they don't have it. Otherwise they'd be slamming it down here as fast as possible. All right, that's fine. We can live with that all day. All day we're living with that. All right, if this gets to a 4/4, we can kill it with this. We also have that as an ability. All right, let's just do this. Let's attack and offer the trade here, get the treasure, and I I think we hold the Wandering Emperor so we can exile this. They still have another Kami in the yard though, which we're gonna have to deal with. So maybe it's the Trespasser, kill the Kami out of the yard, and then we Valorous Stance this one. And then when we attack, we can take this one out as well. That way we can kind of take care of both Kamis at the same time so they're not problematic and keep coming back. All right, that's good. That's good. I hope that makes sense. I know sometimes when I start to ramble my thoughts out, I'm not exactly super cohesive with my thoughts. Perfect. All right. Well, that's not ready yet. Gotta let them get the 1/1 counter. Then we go. All right. A little overzealous with that attack. Or that play. All right, we take out the Kami. Again, we attack in here. We can exile that Kami again. Super good.
I have got new moves to teach you.
Just keep eating these Kamis away. Keep gaining that life. And we get the treasure out of the deal. And there's a scoop. Very nice. All right, let's go. Not that they had enough blocks anyways to stop us, so that makes sense. Okay, beautiful. Beautiful. All right, we might have time for one more here. Let's give it one more go. One more go. Depending on how long this one goes, we'll see. All right, another hand here that the two-lander. This two-lander stuff needs to stop, but you know what? We're gonna give it a try. And it's a Voldaren, okay. Voldaren, so mono red, huh? It's gonna be aggressive. Aggressive. Blast zone, interesting, okay. And we do find a land. Beautiful. Beautiful. That does fix our problems here with the mana too, because Fable, again, obviously with the treasures, you saw how important that could be. Not to mention the fact that we can discard and draw cards to hopefully hit those lands. Burn spell coming down, Voltage Surge, why not? Why the heck not? Nothing too scary yet. Facebreaker, okay, that's gonna be a lot of treasures being generated. Sure. And a land, like I said, get the Fable the Mirror Breaker in. Obviously auto pay taking one doesn't feel great, but we have to. Stops the Voldaren from attacking him, but the menace on the Professional Facebreaker is going to slip through the cracks for a couple of turns here. Not quite big enough either to kill with the stance, but I do have a great Gix's Command. If I hit one more land here and get a treasure, we can pull the trigger on the Gix's Command to kind of hit a reset. All right, another treasure. They've got plenty of mana to work with here. I am curious to see how they use it. All right. All right, nice. We get the land. We attack in. This is actually beautiful right here because we attack in here, we get the treasure, we Gix's Command, we blow up the entire board, and then we get ourselves back 2 creatures from the graveyard. Just a very nice turn altogether. And everything dies. Everything dies. Gix's Command, man. What a versatile card. All of these commands are so good at everything they do, man. They offer us so much value. Like, to be able to just kind of pick and choose what you want to do each turn is so good. It just helps out so much because every scenario is different. You know, like this particular scenario, we sweep the entire board with its one ability to destroy all creatures with 2. And then we're like, we have nothing else to do. Well, you know what? We have 2 creatures in the graveyard. Why not bring them back? The opponent, though, having a lot of mana to work with and not having anything to play in these turns is kind of shocking. I'm not going to lie. Seismic Wave, okay. Blast Zone for 1, or are you just going to tick that up? Okay. Kumano, okay, Kumano, and then we get dealt 1. Not a problem, though. Not a problem at all, especially because we're sitting on the Archangel of Wrath. We just found another land too, which is so clutch. Okay. This should be, you know, the point of the game where we start taking over pretty heavily here. What do I want to do though? I think it's the AO. It's the most powerful thing we can do. And if they want to kill it with some sort of burn effect, I'm going to get some value off of it. Unless of course it exiles my, you know, Dawn Sky, because there are things that exile in red. Quite a few things actually. All right. Level 2 on the Saga here, which means their next creature is coming in with a 1/1 counter. Blast Zone, it looks like they're going to tick that up, I guess. Or they're just going to use it for mana. Okay. Using it for the mana because they need the red for something in particular. This has haste. Can't block. Whenever it deals or dealt damage, whenever it's dealt damage, exile that many cards from the top of your library. You may choose one of them until the end of turn. You may play that card. Okay. Well, I'm going to make the block here. Again, if they want to kill the Dawn Sky, so be it. I get some value out of it. So have at it. A lot of cards to choose from there. Voltage Surge, probably going to be their choice to kill the AO, I would imagine. Not a Voltage Surge. What does this do? Gain control of target creature until the end of turn. On tap, that creature gains haste. Create a blood token. That seems like a bit of a mistake, if you ask me. Okay. Another Geist wave. Or, yeah, Seismic Wave. Another Seismic Wave, huh? Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of good choices here. I think I'm going to go with the Emperor, though. There's a lot of good choices, though.
I've learned much during my
All right.
travels. May your blade strike true.
Go ahead and bring this in. Kick it for the 1. Send that over the top. Immediately going to give it the 1/1 counter because it's going to gain us a bunch of life, right? So we want to make sure we pump all the value and extra 1/1 counters into the lifelink body that can fly. But also what it does is it protects it from those burn spells, right? Because we're against red, they're going to only be able to dish out a certain amount of, you know, damage on a creature. So it'll be nice to just protect it from those burn spells. All right, they get a little bit of value on this attack. Totally fine. Kumano as well coming through. I'm gonna let the Kumano actually land here. I don't care about the 2 damage. Gonna Archangel of Wrath the Kumano on this next turn. So
Back to wandering.
hopefully no sacrificial spells here. That would be a bummer. Nope. All right. Get these in for an attack here. I would imagine the opponent's going to play something at instant speed, but maybe not. We'll see. Guess not. All right, back up to 16. Make that 18 because we're going to kick this on the way in. And Kumano's dead, and they scoop. GG's. Very good games, man. Archangel of Wrath, nothing to be met. This card is serious. It's a very serious card. Very serious deck, man. Mardu, like I said, Mardu has a lot of value going forward. I think it's going to be a very strong build. But let's go ahead and break this thing down, man. I hope you guys enjoyed that. That will conclude today's gameplay portion of the video. We are going to break the deck down and talk about it a little bit further. But before I do so, I want to give you guys a huge shout out if you made it this far into the video, because it helps a ton with the YouTube algorithm when I get the watch time on the videos. So thank you for sticking around. It helps out an absolute ton. I greatly appreciate that support. With that being said, let's take a look at today's build. Now, normally, like I said, I would be building around one particular combination or set of cards that work together in some crazy over the top way. But today we just decided, let's just put a bunch of really good cards together and see how it works. And turns out not a bad idea to play on how to play Magic. So I guess we'll kick things off with the card that inspired this deck, the Archangel of Wrath, a card that's a 3/4 flying lifelinker, which is great, but it also has kicker to deal that damage to these things on the battlefield to gain more life. Very, very good card. A very well-rounded card that goes well with a lot of things. And we actually tried this in a Mardu Angels deck, but I thought Angels was cool and everything, but I wanted to play something a little more competitive if possible. So I decided to mix this idea between like Esper and Grixis mid-range decks that are doing really, really well and try to make our own Mardu version of that. So we have things like the Blood Tithe Harvester mixed with the Fable combination. We've seen this in Grixis builds in the past. Works really, really well because you got the Blood Tithe Harvester as a 3/2 body, which deals damage, but also can kill things based on the amount of blood tokens we have. And if you can copy it with the Fable, we can create the copy, kill something on the battlefield, keep the damage flowing, which is a really, really nice combination. Now, as a deck that wants to be doing some beatdown stuff, I also added Evolved Sleeper, which is a good early game threat that grows over time, but also draws us cards. I love this card a lot. And also we have Graveyard Trespasser, a card that I think is very important right now because we got a lot of reanimation going on. I've had people reanimate Titan of Industries on me, Portal to Phyrexias. There's been reanimation going around all over the place. So being able to hit their graveyard is going to be very, very nice in a lot of spots. Not to mention like things like Tenacious Underdog. You know, there's a lot of things that we can get some value out of this card with. And then I went with Gix as well for some card advantage. I thought Gix was great because if we're going to be doing some beatdown, you know, creatures coming down, trying to get the attacks through, you know, spot removing their things as they come down, Gix would be a good way to get the damage through and also draw some cards off of, you know, those attacks. And it does deal damage to us, which is unfortunate, but we gain a lot of life in this deck with things like Archangel of Wrath, you know, Wandering Emperor. We added one Angel Fire Ignition for like a surprise over the top end game. So we're gaining a lot of life throughout this deck, which is really interesting. And then as far as removal goes, I splashed in 2 cutdowns for early game, and then Valorous Stance is a really nice removal tool. I know Destroy Evil is a big fan favorite, but I also wanted to make sure I could protect my creatures from being removed off the battlefield. So I like the Valorous Stance over the Destroy Evil currently as it stands right now. Also, what do we got here? What are we talking about? Oh, Sanctuary Warden and Over the Top Wincon, which I thought was really, really nice. It's another angel that, you know, gets value off of card draw and creating counters. This card kind of does it all, and it's a very good threat that protects itself really well with those shield counters. And then I did notice that a lot of our creatures here are going to have that 3 power. Even the Evolved Sleeper being a 1 powered creature, it's not hard to get this thing up to a 3 powered creature. So I thought Gix's Command would be a really nice sweeper choice here. It also offers us a lot of utility pieces here to get things back in the graveyard, so on and so forth. It also helps us gain life too, which plays into the, again, taking life off of Yawgmoth is not the worst thing in the world. We splashed in 1 AO and 1 Lisa. Lisa being a way to get our cards back if they die. And then the AO also getting us a lot of value if it dies, because we have a lot of 3 mana permanents, 4 mana permanents, things that we can bring back with the AO if it does die. Very fun deck though, man. I do have some ideas on how to mix things up here to make it a little bit better. I think, in my opinion, I would definitely drop Lisa. Now, Lisa was in the deck originally because this was a Mardu Angels deck, right? So wanted to have a lot of Angels in the deck, decided against it, decided on more just really good cards, right? So I think Lisa just is one of those cards that we can make a cut on and just shoot for a Paragon. Now, the Paragon, I think, is a little bit better in this spot as a 2 of, just because it can bring things back from the graveyard. And we do have a lot of things that it could bring back. There's a, you know, Evolved Sleeper, Bloodtithe Harvester, Trespasser, Yawgmoth, Gix Yawgmoth, Fable. There's a lot of permanents, right? So the Sarah Paragon might be a pretty good addition into this deck, which then would allow us to maybe get rid of some of these lands that hurt us, getting these other lands that sacrifice themselves to, you know, maybe gain us life. There's a way that we can really still kind of work out the kinks of this deck, right? That's kind of where I'm going with this, is that this deck is by no means finished, I don't think. I think you guys can go out there and make some additions, cuts, do whatever you got to do. But what's great about this deck is, again, it kind of combines the idea of like Grixis midrange meets Esper midrange, you know, slamming them together and coming out with something new. And I think it can be really competitive. I really do. It's one of the better things you can be doing, in my opinion. Not bad at all. It has answers for a lot of things right now. And again, it just kind of depends on what you're seeing on the ladder. I thought the Graveyard Trespasser for me was a really great addition. I thought it was a really good answer for a lot of threats. There's ways to kind of go around and just play the games, feel them out, and then see what you need to cut, see what you need to add. But yeah, I don't think Lisa got a lot of value out of this deck today. I think it needs to go for a Paragon, and I think the Paragon would make a lot more sense. And I wish the mana was a little bit better. I wish we had a Triome maybe for the Mardu colors, but you know, it is what it is. But I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I hope this was enlightening in some ways, and I hope you guys had some fun today, because that's what it's all about, man, having fun. And as always, before we end the video and get out of here, huge shout out goes to the Mardu Mob. If you guys don't know, the Mardu Mob is the membership program here on the channel. And as the, you know, Mardu Mob, this one was definitely for you guys. I hope you enjoyed this. But These guys help support the channel through their monthly memberships, and I like to give them a huge shout out at the end of every video just to let them know how much I do appreciate their patronage and helping support the channel and the growth of the channel. So I do appreciate that a lot, and just want to give my appreciation and say thank you as always to let you guys know. But yeah, thanks, man. I appreciate it. And that will conclude today's video. We will be back again tomorrow for another one. And I'm sure you guys will be excited for this. We have another Blink deck. This one going to be in the colors of Bant, so be on the lookout for that. And until next time, guys, we'll catch you on the next one. Peace out.
Hit him 3 times like a hat trick. The name is Swayze, no Patrick. If you play him, then it's tragic. Hit him with the mythic, yeah, that's magic. MTG, that's what you'll see if you like and subscribe. Where's the upload, man? Man, all of the time. Coming with the best decks, this is the meta. This ain't